If I wasn't writing, I was reading. And there was one particular year, I think the year of my 13th birthday, that I decided to set myself the challenge of finishing 365 books in 365 days, and I did, and I kept a list at that point to prove it. So, I was a voracious and rapid reader, and with that kind of volume, I obviously read all sorts of stuff.
Tell us about your education.
Education, well, it was all sort of rather hasty, I suppose. I raced through school and college. I finished a PhD at 22, which, looking back, was made for a somewhat hectic adolescence. But I went to school in Bombay initially. There was a brief, abortive and not very happy year in a boarding school in South India. High school in Calcutta, college in Delhi at St. Stephen's College, which is a fairly elite college known for its strength in liberal arts. I spent, I must confess, more time pursuing other activities than in the classroom, but it was an interesting experience. Came to the Fletcher School of Law and Diplomacy at Tufts. Degree certificates say both Tufts and Harvard, and it's an autonomous school, at least it was in those days, in which I did an MA and MALD, a Master of Arts in Law and Diplomacy, and a PhD. My undergraduate degree in Delhi was in history. I had my honours degree in history, and my graduate work was in international affairs, international politics. My PhD thesis was more on the workings of the way in which Indian foreign policy was made during Indira Gandhi's first administration, 66 to 77. And I was very lucky in that I was doing my field research just after the government fell, and everybody from the former Prime Minister, Mrs. Gandhi herself, to all her foreign ministers who all happened to be alive, was willing to talk. And so it was a thesis that became then published as a book, Reasons of State. But in a larger sense, I suppose my education's still going on. I'm learning as much as I can from the mere process of living.